welcome to December Live here on Plum. Of course, you guys know where you are. I don't need to introduce it like that anymore. Thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I have nothing planned at all because I couldn't think of anything, A, and B, as you may have noticed from behind me, my room is trash. There's no creativity going on in this room right now. So I thought I'd have, I guess, like a Q&A kind of live, or you guys ask and I'll answer kind of, as a Q&A. You know what I mean? But I'm also a little ditzy. I think the heat's got to me. It's, oh, sorry. I made the video buffer. Good for me. I'm talented there, Denise, sorry. I'm also a little loopy. I think it's the heat, slash the tired, slash the excitement. I'm a little too excited. I may be just a little on edge. But I'm very excited to be spending tonight with you guys, as the last night, I guess. I got last night in the house before we start moving stuff over to the new house, because we get the keys at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Ryan, how old am I tomorrow?
34.
Thank you, Ryan. 34, Trish. I don't actually count anymore. I think I'm too old. Question, will you get those orders done while watching? Depends on how long I talk for, Denise. How long would you like me to talk for? That's the question. Keep in mind, I've also already been live 18 days in a row. And while the 5 minutes a day don't feel like a lot, it's really taking a lot out of me. I love doing it. I think it's fantastic. And if you have anything you want to see from the calendar, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's up there. If there is anything you want to see, I will be doing a full kind of review video in January. I can't talk for 10 hours, Denise. I promise you I can't talk for that long. Ryan thinks I can, pardon me, but I definitely can't.
Don't say that.
No, as in, you think I can talk through anything. He used to think that I could talk underwater, and then we went scuba diving and I proved I couldn't. I can underwater, but that's about as good as I get. Thank you, everybody. I don't feel young today. I feel old and loopy, but anyway. So is there anything from the calendar you want to see in more detail? Like I said, I will be doing a full kind of wrap-up video in January. The plan was to do that for like Boxing Day or the day after Boxing Day. But we're not going to be home, and I can't open the last one obviously until the 24th, and we need to seriously shoot as soon as that's done. So that sort of has got pushed out to, January. So I will do that. But if you do have something you want to see in particular now that's already been unboxed, I can. Kimberly, that's so fantastic. I'm glad you love it. I really loved putting it together. It was a lot. Someone's talking to me on Instagram, on something, or some kind of social media. It was a lot of fun to put together. It was a lot of work to put together, but I really enjoyed it. Ryan probably didn't enjoy packing it as much as I enjoyed organising it, because Ryan did do most of the packing. But no, it's been amazing. Everybody has said nice things. I haven't had anybody say they don't like anything, so I'm really proud of it. So let's hope that we can do it again next year and we can do bigger and better. Kimberly, I don't have a favourite. They're all good. There you go, James already answered that question. I don't have a favourite. I'm very much in love with the stamp set, which I can't wait to use because I actually haven't used it yet. I'm very much in love with that. I love the washi tape. Hold on, I'm going to remind myself what there's been. I love the bows from Moxie Foxy. Sorry, I know backing in my head's not really good to look at.
I can't hear you very well.
Oh, that too. Okay, yeah, all right. Hold on. Can I go? No, that's worse. I love it. I love it all. Like, no, don't get it down off the wall. Don't do that. I like the pocket. I like everything. I like absolutely everything from the calendar. There's not one thing so far that I've been disappointed in or not happy about. Everything's been brilliant. And yeah, thank you again so much to all those stores that were involved, because yeah, I can't make that stuff that good. So that you guys were happy to be involved was just ace. I'm very happy. So the only thing I have got to show you is I have got some absolutely stunning Christmas cards from some of you guys, and some of you are here. So I'm not going to show off anything I've done. I'm going to show off stuff that you've done. So if Ryan wants to flip the camera, I'm going to sort of move these over a little bit. So this one, and I'm just looking to make sure I get everyone's names right, so I do know who gave me all these. This one here is from Margaret, Marion, and Michaela Hoskin, who are people that I have met a couple of times at different events. I know I met them at Pakenham. I'm sure I've met them somewhere else before, but I can't remember where. I love this card. I know it's from the Kaisercraft, the Australiana Christmas collection. Absolutely stunning. I love it. And it's just, hold on, I'm just going to hold it just a little bit closer because it's just, how good is that? So beautiful. I love this card so much. Thank you so much to the Hoskin girls for that because it's just stunning. I love Margaret too. I'm just grabbing hold of these. So this one is from Simone and it's got the gorgeous Ho Ho Holidays. If you saw and I'm sure you all have seen oh, thank you, Ryan. I'm trying to work out where to sit it. There you go. Shush. I'm still not good at this, am I? If you've seen the gigantic over-the-top planner week this week, you would have seen that I have Ho Ho Holidays, but I borrowed Denise's and I cut out a bunch of dies and coloured them in. So I didn't actually have Ho Ho Holidays. So Trish sorted that out for me and I got it in the mail this week, which will be in a haul video. I'm going to do like a December haul. So it'll be like everything I've gotten in December. So some of that's obviously stuff I bought because I've got some stuff from... thank you, Ryan. I've got some stuff from Oscar and Lou. I've got some stuff from Lily and Lion on its way. I've got obviously stuff from Trish. I've got some stuff from Dawn. Plus I've got my Christmas presents. So I sort of thought, and birthday presents. So I thought I'd do like a December haul video and you guys can see everything in one go. Because there is quite a lot. Then I've got this little cutie. And I hope Di is here because Di, this is seriously, here you are. I can just see you pop up. This is seriously so gorgeous. I love it. You need to tell me where you got this paper from in the back because it's just so cute. Hi, Tian. So just a little happy birthday card from Di and it made me very happy when this arrived today. So thank you so much. I love that little cute. I think I'm going to go with not a squirrel. Is it a squirrel? I think it's a squirrel.
Looks to me.
Yeah, it looks like, it's from Kiki K. I know that bit, but I don't know if it's a squirrel or something. Anyway, I told you I was loopy. So then I've got this one here from James, who I know is here as well. Using some different Kaisercraft collections. I love, James, that you have put two different collections together. So you've obviously got the Kaisercraft, what's the Starry Skies, with the navy blue, and then there's some Peppermint Wishes in here too, which is the other one. I know James has done an absolutely freaking awesome planner week. So if you want to check him out, he's Planner Guy Oz. I think it's Planner Guy _Oz. On Instagram and Facebook, and he does some really beautiful planner weeks like I do, and he used Peppermint Wishes this week and it's absolutely beautiful. Hi Natasha. Yeah, it has been a little while, but thank you so much for coming. No, and definitely where'd you go? Hold on. Definitely arrived in time, Di. It was actually Ryan's been doing this really cute thing. So obviously don't know where Ryan's moving the camera, so I don't know where to look. Ryan obviously picks me up from the train station. But obviously because it's been, I've been getting heaps of mail recently, which I don't normally get quite so much mail. He's been bringing them so I can open them in the car on the way home so I don't have to wait till I get home. It's so cute of him. Oh. So I'm opening these in the card and having little squeals because of everyone's gorgeous cards. So the next one is from someone else who's here. This one's from Denise. I love this, Denise. It's gorgeous. And I'm guessing, now hold on, from Adele from Inky Quills Patreon. I'll have to have a look. At that, Diane. Hold on. Ryan, have you got a piece of paper and a pad? Didn't think so. I'll have to remember to write that down afterwards, Di. And that you only posted on Monday. Can I just say, Australia Post, they're not letting me down. They're not letting me down yet. But God, they're slow. And I know they're supposed to be slow at this time of the year. So shush. But it's kind of annoying because I've had something being held hostage and I want it. Anyway, so I'm glad yours gets here fast because nobody else's does. The circle, James, my circle doesn't move and I don't want to do it in case I break it. But you can show me some other time. Now, Denise, you need to tell me what these are. Enamel dots, is that what they're called? Thank you, Caroline. I'm glad you didn't forget that was on. If they're enamel dots, where do I get them from? Because they're cute. And is that a stamp? Because I need to know that too. Yeah, really like that card. It's really pretty. And then this one's from Trish. which is doubly special. And I'm not playing favourites because they're all awesome. But this one's got my washi tape on it, so I can't help but love it just a little bit. So you've got the cute card there with the Merry Christmas, congratulations, and Happy Birthday, because it's all at the same times. Oh, sorry. Happy Birthday, congratulations, and Merry Christmas, because obviously it's a... could be the glue used, yeah. Obviously it is all at the same time at the moment. But then I've also got this cute little... it's one of the lawn form builder houses, and I didn't realise it was quite so small. But like, check out like how good does my washi tape look there? Our washi tape, not my washi tape. And the little door opens. It's so cute. But this is a little Christmas decoration to go on our tree. So it's going to be the first decoration I put on the tree when it goes up tomorrow. So to Trish, thank you very much for making that gorgeous, gorgeous one. And the card as a whole is pretty damn cute. So thank you, Palmer. I don't know why I'll get all burpy when I'm talking to you guys. Thank you all to everyone that sent me a card. I know Jade, who, I don't know if you're here or not, Jade, but Jade has sent me one as well. Jade came through first, and yours was so special. It was sitting up on my cupboard, but when I kind of moved everything and packed everything up, it went in with everything, so I didn't break it and lose it. So I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to show that one on camera, Jade. It is absolutely stunning. It's a shaker. It's gorgeous, and I love it. But it's packed with all of my special things that live on my cupboard. So thank you, Jade. I promise I will show it off when I unpack it, because it won't be too far away from getting unpacked. Whew, packing. Packing is a pain when you've got as much stuff as I do. Ryan, why are you bleeding? Oi, just pause please, guys. Sorry. I have to tend to my bleeding husband. Sheesh, Arish. Freckled fawn in the US. Okay, we'll have to find these enamel dots for everybody, Denise, because they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, you guys need to chuck questions at me because I'm done already. Huh. What's this? The shortest live ever, 14 minutes. I can tell you what I'm getting for my birthday and Christmas. I've got one of the new, well, it's not new, it's actually kind of old. Because I bought them. Or told you exactly what I want. Okay, that must be Tom. Tom must be sneaking onto this, I think. I already know that W is being very tricky. Natasha, I don't know when the next one is. I know the next planner market around the country is in Adelaide. I think it's in February or March. Obviously then I don't think the Brisbane Sydney's in February. Sydney's in February. I think Adelaide's just after Sydney. But we don't know Brisbane or Melbourne yet. I haven't heard anything about either of those, so we're just waiting to find out. Have to pack up Mum's craft room in the new room, then find it all for him. Oh, I'm so glad that the room we're going to is as big as this one. In fact, I'm going to have a little bit more room in the new craft room because my makeup station, which is over here, is going into our walk-in robe. So my makeup will not be in here. That's not Tom. Who is it then, Denise? Who's saying how cute you are? Secret admirer. So that's all going into the walk-in robe, which means that I have that much extra space. And I know I've shown you guys the little plan for the craft room before, but if you want to have a look at the plan, I have it right here, so I can show you that too. There are definitely some great events planned. Natasha, if you're looking for... I'll come back to that in a sec. There are really some good events planned for Victoria, as Denise said. I know that the first Melbourne CBD meetup it's not the first one ever, but the Melbourne CBD planner meetups are back on from February. Picture to Page is obviously still going on, and I know the dates for those have been announced. Caroline, you just need to come to Melbourne for a couple of days. There's 5. Oh, that's you. With Picture to Page, there's 5 events that I can tell you about right now. There is 5, isn't there, Denise? There's Geelong, Bendigo, Pakenham, Sandown, and is it the Peninsula one? Is that the 5? You have to let me know. But absolutely fantastic. They're not just planner events either. Like, there's obviously the planner aspect to it, But this is, and I reckon this. Oh, righto. Ah, I think we're getting confused. No, W, I'm Ash. Denise is Luscious Labels. So we're getting confused a little bit there. If you go to picture to page, from picture2page.com.au, I think is the address, Natasha, and that'll have when all of the picture to page events are on. And then if you join the Victorian Planner Addicts, is that what it's called? Denise, you have to tell me. That one is definitely, thank you Trish. That one will definitely have where all the Melbourne events are going to be. And what I'm hoping is that as the year goes on, I can maybe have a couple of planner days at my house. We've now got the space for it, which is really good. Once we've got the outdoor deck, that also then doubles our size. So we've got the size of the house and then the outside area, which is undercover. So even if it's raining, we're still good. Okay, I'm going back through some messages because they're kind of flicking in really quickly, which is really nice. That's not Tom. Buy a lot of handmade cards like $5 with free shipping. See, I don't think I could make my cards for $5, W, and that's just because they do take a lot of time and they do take a lot of supplies, which, especially with free shipping, I think those, depending on where you get them from, some people, I guess, can sell them really, really cheaply, but I don't think I could. I think I'd have to put them up. I don't sell my cards on eBay. I have thought about it. We did think about it for a while.
Let alone time.
Yeah, or time to make them. That's the other thing.
I mean, if you're paying yourself.
Oh, yeah, if I'm paying myself, that's true. I would love to sell my cards. I think that would be something that I'd love to do if I had a little bit more time to make some. It would certainly give me an excuse to keep making some. But at this point, no, I don't. Definitely don't do them at the moment. Thank you. A lady in Queensland makes them for $5. I don't know how she does that. I have no idea. To me, that's undervaluing what is a work of art, because I can tell you these are worth a hell of a lot more than $5 because they're beautiful. And yeah, I think that's completely undervaluing what they do because they are little bits of art. Yeah, well, I just talked about something for 20 minutes. Well done, me. That I love handmade cards, and this is actually something, so I've been really enjoying, if you guys haven't listened to it yet, you really should. I've been really enjoying Dawn Lewis's podcast, and she's done one of her podcasts was about like Christmas cards and the value of making like handmade cards, and that there's just some people that just don't appreciate them, and that's not anything, like, I think as card makers or as crafters, we shouldn't take it personally when people don't like what we make them. They just don't understand how long and how much effort has gone into it. But I think the amount of love, and especially when I get ones like these, like the amount of love that those people who do appreciate it, I think that makes up for the people that don't. And you just have to learn to, I guess, pick the people you send cards to. Like, where is it? If I can find my flippin' awesome, it was here. I don't know where I moved it. I had it somewhere. I had my flippin' awesome Christmas card that I made in today's video. No, don't know where I've done with it. That one is going to my auntie because I know she'll appreciate it more than anyone else. Whereas someone like, I'm trying to think of someone in my family that wouldn't appreciate it. One of my other aunties on my other side of the family, she might not appreciate the effort that went into that card quite as much. So she might be one that gets something that was a bit quicker. So that's sort of, yeah, exactly. And exactly what Denise just said, like the joy out of making them is what I get. I like to get a little bit of that joy coming back. I like the, oh my goodness moment. That makes me feel really good. So I tend to, I guess, spoil people who I know will appreciate them. And I make simpler cards for the people that won't appreciate them quite as much. I'm just rolling back up through here. Exactly. I think that people don't realize how much things that are handmade cost. Like I guess, for example, this one, I know how much that stamp and die set has cost. So to me, I appreciate that so much more, and then I appreciate how much time it's taken to color in each of the images, to put it together, to stamp, like to ink blend the background. I get all of that, so I think I appreciate them more. And that's, my auntie's the same. She understands how long that takes, and that's who I get my crafty thing from. So some people won't pay what you should charge them as well. That's true, and I think the interactive cards are something that people tend to pay more for because they can't get them. The more simple ones, perhaps they think that they should be worth less, even though I think sometimes the simple ones are more complicated to make, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Exactly, Tian, that's true that some cards in the shops can cost a lot, and they don't, like, the noisy ones I get, because they've got the little noise thing and they do stuff, like, I get it all, but, like, they flip? Do they magically change picture? I don't think so. That's just stuff I make. Or that Law and Fawn make and then I put together. Damn, it's hot. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's actually not too bad in here. I thought this afternoon when I was coming home on the train, I was telling Ryan I thought I was going to absolutely melt in this room, and Ryan's done a very good job today of keeping the house cool. Alright, so we've had a talk about cards. We've had a talk about cards. We've had a talk about events. Guide me, guys. What else do you want to talk about? I'm running out of things already. Yeah, the noise one's always... Exactly. The things that do things, I feel like people are more willing to pay more for. It was 42 degrees today in Melbourne, and it's going to be 45 on Friday. I was actually cold today because my work's air conditioner is so good that I was actually cold and was kind of contemplating or being sad for the fact that I didn't have a jumper at work today, and then I got on the train and tried not to melt. It is very, very, very hot, and that's not just in Melbourne. I know Adelaide's really hot. I know Queensland and New South Wales are still dealing with fires. So yeah, just stay safe, drink a lot of water, and just make sure you're taking care of everybody around you. So yeah, I do the same thing, Tian. I keep a lot of cards. I was actually, and packing's when I find them all, because I put them in places and then I find them and put them in one big place and then I go back and read them all. I actually found the last, I'm not going to cry, the last birthday card that my grampy sent me. I actually found that the other day, and I did have a little cry while I was cleaning that up, because he passed away 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, no, but it was when we moved to Melbourne. We'd been together a good year and a half before we moved to Melbourne, so it might have been...
Grampy, sorry.
Yeah, Grampy, sorry. Grampy, not Pa. Sorry, too many grandfathers. Yeah, I found the last card that he sent me and absolutely burst into tears. And that one is just it's just a plain card. Like, at that point, he was pretty sick. He couldn't write really all that well. I have the last one my gran sent. My gran hasn't passed away, but she hasn't sent me a card in a long time. Because she's not very well. She's fine, actually. She's fine. She just doesn't know who she is or what she's doing. But yeah, she hasn't sent me a card in a while, and I have the last one she sent me as well. So it's not always about the card. It's about what's in the card. I don't mind if my card's a $1 one from the shop, from the cheap shop, as long as it's from the right person. And I always think that getting a card that's handmade, I appreciate a lot, because it has been handmade and all that effort and all that love and all that talent has gone into it. But just getting a card at all just makes you feel really special because someone's thought of you enough. So yeah, I'm not crying. No, sorry, I'm not getting all sad. I do buy them. I do buy some cards. I have a lot. When Ryan was packing up the linen press, how many cards do you reckon you found in there? Like, just plain Christmas cards? I don't know, hundreds that we've stocked up and had and hanging around. Ryan had too. So yeah, we need to use them all or do something with it. Tracy, I've lost my crafty mojo. I think it's because this room is an absolute bombshell. So when we get into the new room, hopefully the crafty wants comes back. I can't talk. It's going to be 46 here too on Friday, I think, James. It's going to be very, very, very hot. But like I said, I'm going to be sitting in my work air conditioning. So W says hi, Ryan. That's the person that thinks that we're cute. Okay. Sandra, how am I going to set my planner up? My planner... Can you grab my planner for me? It's in my backpack. My planner is going to be very, very, very similar to this year. Not much is changing. I'm really happy with the way I haven't found Planner Peace, but I found pretty damn close. Thank you. Are you hiding? Is that why you're ducking down like that? No? Okay. It's not Planner Peace, but I'm really happy with the way that my planner is at the moment. So the only difference between this year is... Hold on, I'm just trying to find... Oh, I'll show you guys something else in a second too. Oh, I'm just laughing at W. What?
Decoration.
Oh, thank you. Well, you distracted me.
Oof.
I was too busy talking to you.
You weren't reading.
I was reading, yeah, exactly. So that's... I don't have one left. So the planner weeks have all, like the days of the week have always been down the left-hand side. Next year, they're just going to flip so that they're on the outside. Planner comfort, that's perfect, Denise, sorry. All that's changed is that the days of the week are now on the outside. So this whole bit in the middle here is just plain. So I can do a little bit more with it. So for the ones that look like this one, that then can go on this side and has just a little bit more room. So that was sort of the thinking there. And I haven't actually planned a week with it yet, so I'll let you know how it goes. But at the moment, I'm really happy with that. And then obviously I've got my YouTube planner, which I'm going to keep having in the Planners Anonymous inserts because they are flipping awesome. And I love them. So, and they work, which if it's working, don't break it. That's not the right one, is it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And right now, everything is I'm broke, but my system's not, so. I'm very punny at the moment. I think I've been playing too much lawn fawn. All my puns are just out. This is what I wanted to show you. So, this is this crazy planner week that I've obviously done. I'm writing bunches of things in here, and when I say it doesn't bother me that I'm wrecking the page, like, it doesn't bother me. I think it actually adds to it just a little bit. But yeah, some people were saying, oh, you're not going to write on it, or you're not going to use it as a planner. I really am, because I don't really mind. I just want to keep using it. Amazon. I'm just ticking these off because while I'm remembering it. Lillian, that's not it. Yep, cool. Dad photos. Ryan got his Christmas present. Look how good I am. I'm ticking everything off. It was actually really funny, W, that I think it was Di. Di sent me, I'm really sorry, I'm a bit loopy, like I said, and I have real trouble remembering people's, who sends me messages. I know people have, but I never remember who did it. Actually sent me a message saying, if you added up how much everything that it costs to make this planner week up, it was crazy, and it was, and I'm not even going to pretend that that's not true, because it was, like I said at the time, it was over the top. It was over the top, and I meant it to be. I meant it to be special. I meant it to be a little bit crazy because I wanted to really kind of stretch myself a little bit, see what I could do. And I really loved... Yeah, thank you, Di. I knew it was you. I never should second guess myself. I know more than I think I do. And I just loved this stamp set, and I wanted to use it, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to really go a bit crazy, because this time of the year, it's a bad example because we actually ended up doing a lot this week, which I wasn't planning on. But I did want to push a little bit further, and so it probably did cost me a lot. But I'm not saying it was, Di. But yes, it did probably cost me a lot if you work it all out, and that's could go back to that card making thing we're talking about. If you went back and had a look at how much the person spent to make the card that you gave them, you'd probably appreciate it even a little bit more. But none of the stuff was bought specifically for this. It was just used because I had it. So, except that I went out and bought Ho Ho Holidays because it was too pretty and I had to have it. So, it probably did make me spend some money. But I was clever in that I still spent a bunch of money. I was clever in the fact that I didn't have a brick stencil, so I made a brick stencil. And I didn't have the lawn fawn roof die, so I made it using the Cricut. So it actually pushed me to use things I already have to make what I had in my mind.
So it cost you $300 for the Cricut.
I have it though, don't I?
Yeah, no.
I'm really horrible with the Cricut, and I don't know why. I actually, you know what? Do you know why I don't use it? Because it's over there behind the light, and it's really hard to get to, and it's a pain. So when We get to the new house. Do you know what? These big, bright, freaking things are going up on the roof. So I don't have, they're not going to be keeping anything out of my way. So all the stuff for your car was imported from the US. Not true. Not for my card or for my planner week, Denise, because you need to be more specific there. I'm just going back through here, just having a look at the messages everyone said.
Look card she sent you, I think.
I'm confused. Hold on, I'll come back.
The card that she made for you.
All that came from the US. Oh, well, that's just rude. How am I going to get it all? Denise, the only reason I added it up was because I have to put all of what I used in the description box. And when especially when I use tons and tons of lawn fawn stuff, like the flipping awesome card that I did today was probably really similar, that there was probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 different stamp sets that I used in that. When you add that all up, that was insane. But because I use them all for different things and I kind of cross them over and stuff. But will I use the dies for other things? As in all the dies that I used on this, definitely. And I already have. I used a bunch for Christmas cards. I love these presents. They're good for all year round. Like if you want to do like a present, like a birthday card with some presents, that works really well. I actually already have plans for a winter card using the fireplace, and I think there's a really cute way to be able to use these two to make like a little dreaming reveal wheel that I've got a plan for in the new year as well.
But they're not Christmas ones either.
No, and that's the thing. Whenever I buy a Christmas set, I try and think of how I could use that in a non-Christmas way. So like the elves and stuff that came out of, what's it called? Whatever that kit was called. I can use that for other things. And the same thing, like this Mrs. Claus doesn't have to be a Mrs. Claus. She just could be an old grandma. Like, you have a little bit of imagination with it, and I think you can get more out of it. This one too, like, they can be moving boxes. They don't have to be present boxes. And the deer doesn't have to be a reindeer. It can just be a deer. So, yeah, I've got ideas. Yeah, no, James is definitely special. Definitely special for looking after all of our older people. If I could send you to look after my grandma, she would love you, James. She would absolutely love you.
She's in? No, not Adelaide.
No, she's not in Adelaide. And exactly, that's true too, Natasha. The more you use them, and you too, Tracy, the more you use... Sorry, that was Tracy, not Natasha. The more you use them, the more the cost per use decreases. And I do need to use the stuff that's in there. Thank you, Denise. I could use my portrait. It is cheaper. It is smaller, but it's also packed, and the cricket isn't. When you come over for a planner day, you and I are going to have another lesson. I like to think of the things like that as a sunk in cost with all the stuff that you had already. If you didn't buy something specifically, it didn't really cost you anything. Exactly. If it's already stuff I've got, it didn't cost me anything.
The yearly bill adds up. So the yearly bill adds up.
The yearly bill does add up, yes. No, I'm not allowed to use Afterpay, James. That's dangerous. If I can't afford to buy it right on the spot, I wait until Ryan tells me I can, and then I go and buy it. So, for example, up until... When did I buy all this stuff from Trish? Was that at the end of last week?
Yeah, I think so.
I think like the end of last week, I hadn't bought anything for a little while. Like I hadn't had like a big spend, but I had maybe 5 or 6 open carts, and I just put things in my cart when I like them, and then when I've got some money, I go and check out. Sometimes I miss things. They'll always come back. There's nothing so bad that I have to have it. Although, and I'm really annoyed that it's not here because I wanted to show you, but it will come up in my mega December haul that'll be at the end of the month. I got the Merry Mice light up card kit from Lawn Fawn. It was a limited release. I don't think they officially released it here in Australia, so like Dawn had done a group buy from the States, and I've got the Merry Mice. I cannot wait to show you. It is so cute, and it is a Christmas card, like a Christmas set, but I look at it and I can come up with so many other cool things I can use it for, and I can't wait. The good thing you have more of the stamps and dies, and you use them over and over and over again. There is no way in heck, and who was it? Someone I was talking to, I said that I got the Ho Ho Holidays. And they're like, why are you buying Christmas stamps now? And it could be, I don't remember who it was. Why am I getting the Ho Ho Holidays now? Because Christmas is over, and by the time I get it, I'm not going to have time to actually make the cards to send them out. That Santa's not going out of style. He's still cute. He'll be cute next year. I'll use it next. The butterfly die, she worked for me. That butterfly die, you have no idea how much I was nearly about to buy that when I was trying to work out my niece's birthday card. I don't know if you guys saw that on Instagram. It was like the one that popped up. I'm going to be doing a video on that in the new year. I cannot wait to do that video again because I really enjoyed making that butterfly. But yeah, I really thought about getting the lawn fawn one from Nutrition. I talked myself out of it because I have a cricket and I need to use it. Do I make my own gift tags? Yes, I do. I do make my own gift tags. They're all packed. I do make them. I don't. I'm having a plan for next year that I make more tags and make more little things. I tend to reach for my Paper Lovers books from Kiki K whenever I'm a bit short. So at the moment they're getting a great run through because I've packed most of my stuff, which means I can't.
We also don't have a lot of presents this year.
True. I'm not having a lot of presents this year, but I will say that my wrapping standard has gone down because usually I have bows and strings and my wrapping. I love wrapping presents. It's my favourite part of Christmas. But yeah, this year we've kind of gone a bit. I forgot to leave all my ribbons and stuff out, so I'm doing a half-assed job of wrapping everyone's presents. The chibi lights. I'm so excited to play with the chibi lights. I cannot wait. We use. It's a Canon. Is it Pixma? The printer. It's a Canon something. Ryan's just checking. Excuse me, my nose is itchy.
TS9160.
It's a Canon TS9160. And it's really good. It came highly recommended from Sammy from Planners Anonymous. She really recommended it. It's great for printing my inserts because it does double-sided printing. So it'll suck it back in and flip it over and print it back out again. I just wish I could, cut them right so I didn't get so annoyed when I messed it up. But yeah, love that printer. It's really good. And since Ryan used to have like one of the big, not industrial, but like the big printers, an office printer. Thank you, Ryan. And that one, he hasn't got that anymore. And so we're relying on this one. Would you say this one's doing a good job?
Its scanning function isn't great, other than that.
There we go. Scanning function, not great, but the rest of it is good. Ryan is really good. He should have his own channel for like doing IT reviews. But the downside to that would be then we'd have to buy all the IT and we don't have enough money to do that. So, unfortunately not. Eco Tank Machine from Epson. I'll have to have a look at that one. This one's only, 6 or 7 months old?
Yeah.
Maybe a year old. So we don't need a new printer yet, but I'll write that down, W, and have it to keep on file. So that's easy. I need to have a look at your Doctor Who. Now everyone's looking and I can't. That's it. I'm having a look too. Denise's card. I'll show it in a second. Hold on. For all those people that can't. What is it? Luscious Cardiology?
Riveting.
It is riveting. Shush you. Hold on. Flick it, Ryan. Flick it. There we go. That's so cool. And then you guys can see what kind of funny videos I watch. That's absolutely stunning. I'm so excited to play with the light ups. Actually, Ryan was mildly excited about the light up cards, I'll say. He was like, oh, I can't wait to see how it works and all the circuits and everything. Anything tech, he's on. So, yeah. I reckon he'll enjoy playing with the light up cards more than I will. And that's the only downside, that it's taken a little bit longer to get that here than I wanted, because that was going to be Ryan's Christmas card. And now he's not getting one because I haven't had enough time to make one. We're also, the move is happening a little bit faster than we thought it was going to. So I will kind of move on to the house a little bit. So this is all I can talk about at the moment anyway. The house, we get the keys tomorrow, so handover is tomorrow. We're not doing anything for my birthday. My birthday is going to be very low key because it's going to be very overshadowed by getting the house. But instead of going out for dinner or doing anything like that, we're going to have we're going to take the Christmas tree over to the new house. We're going to put the Christmas tree up while we have a carpet picnic with cheese and crackers. That's my birthday. That's what I'm very excited about. So just putting up the tree and having the tree be the only sort of thing in the house is just... Christmas has finally come. It's just taken a really long time. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. And then Friday, I still have to go to work on Friday. But then we can move some stuff over Friday night. We're going to move some stuff over on our own on Saturday. I think that's the plan. But the original plan was that we weren't going to move the big stuff until next weekend. So the weekend of just before New Year's. But for whatever reason, Ryan's decided that that's too long. So we've hired a truck. For Sunday. And we're going to move everything on Sunday. So, yeah.
Well, it was available.
It was available. We had time, and we thought, well, why not just do it faster?
So, expecting it this early.
Yeah, true. So it's all the stuff will get moved this weekend, and then I've got all of the next 2 weeks off work. Tuesday we're going to my dad's place. He lives in country South Australia, so we're driving over there on Tuesday, and we're driving home on Thursday. So we'll spend sort of Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and a little bit of Boxing Day. With my dad. We'll then put the cricket on in the car and drive home, and I just want to listen to the cricket all day. Don't argue with me. I'm missing the cricket right now. I forgot the Big Bash was on. Why do I always talk so fast that I run out of juice? So that's the plan, and then we'll be home Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll be home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hi Diana. So it's a good morning to you too. It's definitely not morning here, but it's morning there, so good morning. So yeah, that'll be the sort of the plan. I'll have a whole week to kind of get the house not to the state I want it, because I'm not stupid. It takes a lot more than a week to get the house into the right state, but I've at least got a whole week's worth of time that I can do that. The downside is I have so much that I want to do. I have stuff that I want to play with. I've got all these new stamps. I've got all the new everythings, and I want to play with everything, and I can't. Don't have an office. So that's the first one. And obviously it won't all be unpacked. So it's kind of have to do the unpacking and the organising so that I can get back on the crafty train. But hopefully, January is a bloody crazy month. I have a lot going on in January. It's all right, Esther. You can watch it back later. And I've been just jabbering. We haven't actually done anything tonight. We're just talking. We'll just be unpacking and organising and getting everything sort of almost to the point that we want it. And then, yeah, I'll go back to work. January is insane. February is pretty busy. March is pretty busy. Yeah. Yes, I will. It's not a big craft room. It's about the same size I've got now. It's probably a little bit bigger because so in this house, the wardrobe that's behind me, where am I pointing that way? I can't get this right. Over there. That thing there sticks out a little bit, so it sort of takes up a bit of floor room, whereas in the new house it's sort of built back a little bit. So I've got a little bit more, plus, as I said at the start, my makeup desk is moving to my walk-in row, so I get all of that back as well. So I'll just because we're talking about it. So I've got my plan here. Oh, it's hard to see with the light, Ryan. There we go. So if you think about sort of where I'm sitting and looking at the moment, so big long wall, there's some drawers and there's, pardon me, some shelves there for my machines and stuff. And then there'll be a bunch of, and this is all being built with IKEA stuff. We did think about getting it sort of professionally done by a cabinet maker or something. And in the end, I think it was just going to be easier and cheaper and probably get me what I wanted just by using IKEA. So that's what we're going to do. So there's going to be some Kallax squares up on the wall, which will be all for storage. And then there'll be kind of like the only custom thing we're going to have. If you've ever haven't heard of Coalcraft, go and look them up go and have a look on Instagram because they're amazing. What he makes is just so cool. So I'm going to get him to make me like a custom desk thing for all of my Copics and inks and bits and pieces. So that's going to go in there, but other than that, it's all going to be IKEA. I've got bunches of drawers. I've got more. So the other side is this side. Oops, forgot about that. So then on this wall, so where my makeup desk is now, there'll be another set of Calexes up, 3 things of Alex's underneath, and then some pegboards along the wall to kind of hang some stuff from. I think IKEA is going to be better in the end. I think it's going to get me what I want, and it also helps that I've already got like 2/3 of everything I need. We have been buying up Alex drawers by the dozen, not quite by the dozen, but whenever I see them on Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree, I just grab them. I figure if I get too many and need to sell them, I can. I think we need one more set of 4x4s, like 2x2s of the Calexes, but other than that, I think I have everything I want. So it's just a matter now of putting it all together. Oh, and the desk. The desk has been a pain in the butt. I've had so much trouble working out what I wanted to do. Kmart does have...
Funds limited.
Sorry?
And with funds limited.
And funds are limited, that too. Kmart have some really good storage stuff, that's true, W, and I use a lot of it now. You can't quite see any of it, but I have 2 of the Kmart shoe racks that I've been using for ages.
I can see the little...
I've got the white, this one here. I've got 2 of these that are really awesome. I have been keeping my inks and my markers and stuff in there. They're really fantastic. Kmart have some fantastic stuff, do not get me wrong. It's just I want to have something a little bit more custom in the new house and something that I don't swap out, because I do tend to move stuff in here a lot. I want to set it up and leave it and never touch it again. That's the plan. I love that Ryan thinks that's funny. That's all right, Mel. You're here now. It's all good. I will do a house tour, and this is sort of... I almost want to do maybe on Friday afternoon. We can I'll do like a live.
Do Friday evening once the tree's up.
Yeah, maybe Friday evening or Thursday evening. It's tomorrow once the tree's up.
Oh.
Maybe tomorrow night. If enough people, I'll do a poll over on Instagram, because I don't want to spam you guys with stuff that you don't want to see. But if you're interested in it, I'll put up a poll on Instagram. If you guys want like a live walkthrough of the house, obviously it'll be empty. There'll just be the tree. I can do that tomorrow night before we start putting furniture in, and then you can kind of see house in first state, house in setup, house finalized. I guess the sort of 3 stages of moving in, which I'm happy to do. I just don't know if you guys are interested in. Like I said, I don't want to spam you with house stuff if you're not interested in it. So yeah, I'll put up a poll on Instagram after this, and you guys can head over and vote and let me know. Obviously, I've got 24 hours, so it'll probably be at about 8 o'clock tomorrow night if I'm going to do it. So it'll be normal live time, I guess. And you guys can say hi to me on my birthday. Please don't make a big deal. I know I make a big deal out of my birthday. I never expect anyone else to make a big deal out of my birthday, but it's come from, how old am I, 34? I'll go 30 years, because I guess I wasn't old enough at the age of 2 to kind of understand what was going on. But it comes from 30 years of having to make a big deal out of my birthday. Everybody forgets about it. So, Denise, you can just come over if you like. Denise can come too. She can do a tour with me. She can be like my live studio audience. Denise, if you want to come be the live studio audience and do all the wows, you can. That'd be great. I'd love that. That would be fun. So far, everyone said yes.
We can do a laugh track.
We can do, exactly. You can be the laugh track. Anyway, let me know. I'll put it up on Insta after this. I'm really excited about the house. It's my house, so I would be very excited about it. But I think it's also going to help YouTube, like help my channel a lot. Number one, it's going to take away like all the funny lighting and the fact that the lights change in here a little bit. I don't know how many people notice things like that, but the lighting in here just alters a little bit depending on which way the lights are facing and all those sort of things. Hopefully that'll become a little bit more consistent. We'll obviously have the camera will be on a steady pole, like it's already on a pole now, but it'll be on a permanent pole, so we won't have to worry about that moving. It'll always be in the right place. Things like that will help us get better in that respect. So fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed that it does help at least a little bit. And the microphone can stop being here and getting in the way of my drawers, which drives me crazy. Because most of the time I'll move it out of the way and then I forget to put it back, and then Ryan yells at me. He does that a lot. No, yell, not yell. He never yells. Actually, I made him yell yesterday and I was really proud of myself. It takes a lot to get him to yell. Denise, come over at about 7:45 and we'll go live at 8 o'clock. There you go. Thank you, Belinda. And thank you, W. I like putting in the amount of time into my channel as I do. I'm aware that that might not go on forever and that I might not be able to keep doing what I'm doing for whatever reason. But we are always trying to get better. We are always trying to be a little bit more professional, yeah. And I'm trying to get better with the way that I market on stuff. It's going to be on I'll do it on YouTube, Di. I think it's easier that way because then everything's in one place, and then people who miss it can watch it later. If that's one thing I've learnt from Sammy's lives, which I'm going to emulate in the New Year's and make better. These are going to be better next year. That's the other thing. I've learnt that YouTube is the way to go because people can watch it afterwards. So very exciting. No, that's fine. Whenever you get there, Denise, is fine. We'll just wait till you get there. And you can have some cheese and crackers with me. I'll tell you a story in a second, Belinda. Hold on. Thank you. Like the dream home thing. It is a. I always had this crazy wild dream of being able to build my own house. I never actually thought it would happen, and then Ryan made it happen. So I'm thankful for him and the fact that we can actually do this. So yeah, it's all him. He's guiding it. I just told him what I wanted and got out of the way. You know, the house isn't perfect. It's not the dream house. It's not the absolute perfect house that we're going to live in for the rest of our lives and never have to move. There are things with it that I would change. There were things here that I would do. Like if we could do it all over again, if we could get a bigger backyard. Like there are things, we've obviously been constrained by where we have to live, how big the lot is, how big the house can be on the lot, etc, etc. It's not perfect. It's not the dream house, but it's the dream that I can afford right now house. And it's got everything I need. And when you guys see it tomorrow, I think you'll understand why I love it so much, because it really is. I'll tell you one house story and then I'll come back and answer Belinda's question or Belinda's comment. And I'm sure I've told this story before, so you probably heard it, but when we started thinking about building, we started looking at houses before we started looking at land. We did things around the wrong way. So we were looking for houses, and I was really specific on, I wanted a walk-in robe that was big enough to be able to put my makeup room in so that I could have my craft room be bigger because this could get out. So we went and had a look at a house at a display village because it had, like the bedroom had a study, so it had the walk-in robe, but it had like a study off of it that I thought I could turn into like one of those really little studies that's barely worth having. I thought I could turn that into like a dressing room and I could put my stuff in there. But they were really, the builders there were just like, no, we don't change stuff, we won't change stuff, we won't do anything.
It's funny actually because Amanda and Chris have changed.
Yeah, exactly, which is hilarious because somebody else that we know who's building with them. Thanks, Trish. Yeah, things, sorry, I got distracted there. Thank you, Ryan. They were really adamant they weren't going to change anything. No, that was ABC, that wasn't 8. 8 were willing to change a little bit. ABC were just not willing to change anything. Yeah, they were just flat out not going to change anything. So while we were there, we went and had a look at a bunch of other houses. And we went to another one with another builder that we liked. We didn't not like them, and we were sort of, that was who we were going to go with until Ryan jumped on their website and read a bunch of bad reviews. So he was kind of a bit not so interested anymore. But while we were there, we went down to like, not the most expensive house on the block, but it was stuff that Ryan's like, we can't afford this, don't even walk in the front door. And I walked in the front door and I completely fell in love, which is just horrible. So horrible. And every time Ryan's like, we're going to get the second house, I'm like, don't want the second house, want the third house. Can't have the second house, can't have the third house, it's too expensive, we have to have the second house. And then Ryan read all the views and he came and he goes, okay, we can have the third house. And I just like threw a little party in my head and I'm like, yes! I knew all those bad reviews I wrote for nothing were worth it. Kidding, it wasn't me. But I do you agree now that it was like going to the better house was worth it? Or
well, it's the design that we like.
Yeah. It's also it's a weird kind of design, and again you'll see this tomorrow. It's the only house I think we've seen anywhere that has the bedroom at the back.
There's a couple others.
A couple others, but it was the only one that we saw the main bedroom's at the back of the house, and that's a little weird. It's definitely different. It's definitely, like I said, I haven't seen it very many other places. I hate the bedroom being at the front. I really do. I think it's horrible. This gives us the privacy of being at the back. We've got such a beautiful open area, and I can't wait to show you. I'm going to stop gushing about the house because it's ridiculous, and I'm going to do that enough tomorrow, so it'll be fine. Now, Belinda asked about it. Great that we make them together. This was all his idea. The whole thing, the whole of Plum Mashable was Ryan's idea. If you guys haven't heard this story, if you've heard the story, feel free to leave because I know I've told it before. But we used to go to his grandparents' house every Wednesday night for dinner. And I would sit on the floor with my stickers and my pens, and I'd plan out my next week. And because I used that time while we're sort of all just sitting around, just being together to kind of do stuff. And we were driving home one night, and he sort of said, "Why don't you do that on camera?" And I'm like, "No one would watch that. Who'd watch that?" Nearly 10,000 subscribers later, and look where we're at. And I love it. I love every second of it, and it's pushed me and changed the way I plan. I don't just stick stickers in anymore. I've gone from being kit crazy to stamp crazy to a bit of just crazy. I'm just crazy in general, but I love that his idea turned into this. So it's Ryan's hard work, it's my creativity, and that's what makes Plum Mashable. So he does all the hard stuff. I do the fun stuff. I get to talk to you guys and just sort of goof off. And he gets to do all the hard work and make my videos look half professional, which if you saw an actual video and how much bloopers and how much crap he cuts out, there's lots of noises because I do that when I say something stupid, which I say every 5 minutes, which is why these lives are so dangerous because I'm always scared I'm going to say something stupid. I thought you said something. Right. I hope that answers everyone's questions. Oh, sorry. Something that I used to buy that I can't anymore. Planner related? No, he said tubes chips. So, no, something. Anything from South Australia. Fritz. I can't buy. I can when I go home. Charlesworth lollies. Anything from South Australia that I love, I can't buy because they don't have it here. Yo-yos you can buy here now. Something I used to buy that I can't anymore.
Stovey pole.
Can't buy Stovey poles.
You can't buy them. There you go.
That's a great question. The thing that's jumping to my head, and it's not that I used to buy them when I was 10, so I don't know if that quite counts. They were little, so where I grew up, we grew up in a little country town, and we had some shops, but the best lolly shop. Can everyone join in this question too? What was something that you used to buy all the time that you can't anymore? I want everyone to try that. And Casingles. What are Casingles?
What was yours?
Hold on, I'll get to my story. Esther, I'll come back to that question, that comment, because I throw that in his face a lot. We used to go to the caravan park. My sister and I used to walk up to the caravan park because it wasn't too far from our house. And we'd spend our pocket money on lollies because that was the best place in our town to buy lollies, was at the caravan park shop. And they had these little, it's kind of like a Kinder Surprise. You got a lolly and you got a little rubber, not a rubber, but like a plastic dog, but you didn't know which one you were going to get. It was like a surprise. I would have spent, not hundreds of dollars because I was only little, so probably not, but I would have spent a lot of pocket money on those little dogs because I was trying to collect every single one of them. I was a collector and a completionist even then, and I should have known better. I didn't. Esther, does that mean if you spend too much money on stationery, he can't say anything because it was his idea to be on YouTube? You have no idea how many times I say that to him. Every time he goes, "You can't buy that, you can't have it." I'm like, this was all your idea. You did this. He turned me into a stationery nut. It was his fault. Tracy, if you mean the one that actually had compacted Milo covered in chocolate, I love those things so much. They were so good. 2020 goal should be to get Ryan on camera in some way. I've told him before he should do his own plan a week. I'll do the voiceover, but he should plan a week because I think it would be hilarious. Yeah, there you go. He's on camera. He knows, I think from very early in our relationship, he knew more about me than I think I I think even he thought he did. He got me very quickly. And yeah, he pushed me to do things like this that I wouldn't have done on my own. Polly waffles are available again. They're so good. And choo choo bars. Choo choo bars were great. Oh, records. Righto. Thank you. A single was a 1 or a 2-track music cassette tape. I actually do remember that. I reckon... I'm going to show, and it's actually sad because she passed away earlier this week, the lead singer of Roxette. I reckon my grandma had a single of Roxette, Fading Like a Flower. I reckon it only had like 3 or 4 songs on it, and I reckon I could tell you still every single one. Oh, that was so good. Yowies are back, yes. Polly waffles are definitely coming back in SA. They were bought by the people that make Violet Crumbles. Is it the same people that make fruit chocks, James? You'd know this, I wouldn't. If you breathe in at the wrong moment, you have a coughing fit. Yes, so good. Yeah, they I think the people that make fruit chocks, which is a South Australian thing, which I just love more than anything, they bought Violet Crumbles, and I think they're bringing back Polly waffles as well, which is really cool. Oh, I'm having a coughing fit right now, Denise. Oh. W, the first thing I do when I wake up, or just sort of my alarm goes off, because that's 2 questions. First thing I do when I wake up is turn on the radio. I listen to the radio, not at the moment because I don't like as many of the people that are on right now. But I listen to the radio basically all day, every day, and it starts at 6 a.m. and it turns off at about 6 p.m. when I get home. Oh, excuse me. You might only be able to get Polly waffles in South Australia for now, but we have a South Australian in the group, so he can just import it for us. He can just send it out across the country. James, I'm hiring you as a purveyor of chocolate goodness to send to people. Esther, I'm not going to the Sydney Planner Markets this year. I went last year and I really, really enjoyed them. But it also happened to fit with my work schedule last year, and it doesn't fit this year. So not going at the moment. I am trying really, really, really hard when I find out when the Brisbane Planner Markets are. I'm going to try really hard to go to Brisbane. I haven't told Ryan that yet. But I'm trying really. I want to go to Brisbane really badly, so I'll work on that one. Gay time ice cream in SA. We have that everywhere, I think.
I've never seen them.
Ryan's from Queensland, so this is where, like, we like to compare childhoods a little bit. I'll say something and he'll go, "What the hell is that?" And then he'll say something and I'll go, "What the hell is that?"
They've got them at the shops now. They've got them at the shops.
Oh, there you go. So I think you can get gay times everywhere. Incredibites. They were a snack that was filled with Nutella, strawberry, and something else. I don't remember Incredibites. The name is familiar, but I don't remember them. But I don't like Nutella, so maybe I kind of chucked them out. There was a Milky Way spread that was kind of like...
Oh, no, it was sickening. It was too rich.
Oh, I used to love it. No, I don't need any Fritz right now. I'm good, James. But I'm going to South Australia next week, so my dad will have a gigantic big thing of bung Fritz for me, which I'm really looking forward to. Coming back to you, W, hold on. Something I want is a UK treat. Nobody had a double nugget. What the heck is a double nugget?
3 nuggets? I don't know.
I don't know, righto. Peanut butter Kit Kat. Got unicorn golden gay times now. Excellent. Do you know what's actually really funny, Caroline? I've spent most of today booking trips for staff for my regular work to go to Tasmania. So I feel like I'm going to Tasmania, but I'm not. I'm sending other people there. It's horrible. Milky Way spread, yes. No, I don't remember the Incredibites. I need to do some Googling afterwards. W, your questions are awesome. Thank you very much. You have a gay time every day. Well done.
James, that's horrible.
No, that wasn't James. That was W.
Oh, really? Okay.
W said, if you could change one thing about your life right now, what would it be and why? I'd change how hot it is outside because it's ridiculous. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't change that.
Because it's going to be 23 tomorrow.
Exactly, it's going to be 23 tomorrow. I'd make it more consistent. Double nuggets are 2 wafers filled with marshmallows, then coated in chocolate, and you get 2 of them, put ice cream in between. Okay, I so need to Google that and find out what that is, because that sounds amazing. One thing I could change in my life. I'm guessing having more money is not. I'd like Ryan to get a job, not because I want to have more money, because that's a bonus. But I just want him to have something to do instead of being my errands boy, which is what I kind of feel like he's become at the moment. Bitch. I was going to say bitch, but I didn't. I love my job. I want Ryan to love his job like I love my job, and then maybe I wouldn't feel so guilty when I spend too much time at work. That's my fault. Mel, if you want caramel, let me know. I'll buy you some and I'll send it to you, because I don't get the caramel thing, but I'll buy it for you and send it to you just to shut other people up at the shops, because it's driving me crazy. If I had $50,000, what charity would I give it to and why? Oh my god, these are great questions. Yes. It would either be like the RSPCA, or it would be some kind of
MMD one.
Yeah, MND, Fight MND. Can I split it between 3? Because I do it between the RSPCA, the Fight MND, and something to do with protecting the oceans or ocean wildlife, or keeping the reef clean, those sort of things. I'm a scuba diver. I love scuba diving, and I hate the fact that I'm a little worried that by the time I actually get enough A, money, and B, time to go and scuba dive the Great Barrier Reef properly, it won't be there anymore. So anyway. Ryan doesn't have a job at the moment, he used to. He got made redundant in, I think it was August or September, and he's just having a bit of trouble finding something, so that's just a bit sad, but he'll get there. We do definitely need to get him something to do. He is a highly, highly, highly skilled human being. You are too, and unfortunately, yeah, it kind of hasn't worked out yet. I don't like him to be that Belinda. He just kind of is at the moment. You want caramel? Ryan? What charity would you give your $50,000 to?
I have no idea.
We'll come up with something, because I had to. Dunkaroos does sound very, very, very Aussie. Sorry, I'm reading things while I'm reading here. I remember Dunkaroos. James would give his to the Animal Welfare League, the RSPCA, and the Royal Flying Doctors. All good ones. Very good ones. Yes, being in IT, they're all going offshore. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know what it is. He's looking at doing maybe like a traineeship or something in... Is it telecommunications? Is that kind of... Telecommunications and stuff. He likes the technical side of it, so... Surfing Heroes. I spent the day with them today. We took autistic kids out surfing. Oh, that's amazing! Aww. Mel, why did I make you want to cry? Now I'm scared. That Surfing Heroes, things like that. I wish I had. If you really want to do something, you'll make the time to do it. So I should shut up. But I would love to be able to like give some time to go and do stuff like that. I would also love to have time to go and like do reef cleanups and stuff like that, because they're things that I am very passionate about. I just hide it well, perhaps. Something about myself that people would find surprising. I don't like people. People find that really surprising. I have to work. I'm naturally very bubbly, but I have a very short time span with it. I can't be like this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and I get to a level where I just don't want to do it anymore, and then I go into my shell, and it's just, I don't want to come out. I have to work really hard to be friendly and bubbly and walking around all the time. It's not something I'm naturally, I think I trick people into thinking I am, because I'm very loud and I'm very friendly, but I can only do it for short periods of time. And if you guys were here last month, you would have seen me right in the middle of doing all my interviews and stuff from work, and I love doing them, but God, they're hard work. They really are. And at some point or another, I sit there and I just go, I just don't want to talk to any more people. And like people like you guys, to a certain extent, don't count, and people like Ryan don't count and people from work don't count because I don't have to work hard to talk to you guys and I don't have to work hard to talk to Ryan. But talking to strangers, I have real trouble with that. That gets me. I have to work really, really hard. Belinda, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that.
What did she say?
That she's a 42-year-old grandmother of 3. I don't believe you. There's no way in heck. No. You don't look a day over 30, darling. Give it to Sids for Kids, my late mum lost. Do you know actually something, Mel, I'm really sorry if I make you cry again, I'm not trying to. Something I actually didn't know, and I didn't know until my grandfather actually passed away. I actually had an uncle, which I never knew about. My dad actually had an older brother who died when he was before my dad was born even. But I never knew a thing until at the funeral it all had the other name, and I actually had to ask, like, who's this person, and then I found out what happened, which never knew, which is, yeah, it's very, I don't even know how to convey the sadness that would be. So yeah, that's really sad. I'm really sorry, Mel. Thank you, W. That was what the plan for tonight was, that it was just to have a good little chat, and your questions are helping, so you're doing this. Ovarian cancer, one of our local cat rescues. Like any kind of local pet rescue is good too. Like I'd like to do that as more. Yeah, like animals more than people. I like animals more than people. Animals just don't like me more than people. Because Jet doesn't love me. He loves Jet. Lives Dad. I don't think anyone thinks that about me, W. I hide it very well, that I get over people very, very quickly. I'm with you, Belinda. I hate talking to people. My mum is different because my mum is my mum. But I just wish people would talk to me. I wish people would just text me. It's so much easier. I would like to give... No, you're doing a very good job, W, of being Oprah. I like it. It's fun. Thank you for hanging out, Kimberly. Please tell me when you get to the end of the calendar what you think of everything. I want honest reviews on all of it, so make sure you let me know. I'd love to give a bunch of money to all the firefighters as well. Just you wrote fairies before, James, and I was sort of like just looking at that, going, okay, I was following where you were going, and then you said fireys. I'm like, that makes more sense. Thank you very much. Text all the way. Calling people when I'm at work makes me really nervous. I don't like doing that. Thank you, Esther. Thank you for hanging out with me. Now, where'd that question go? What advice would you give to a craft that you wish everyone knew, that we wish you knew when you started out? I agree with Belinda's that you don't have to buy all the things, which Ryan finds really funny because I do have to buy all the things. Fund the fairies. We could do a fairy fund. We could. Sorry, I just got every time a bell rings, a fairy gets his wings. Just jumped into my head. Advice to give that your style will change, and don't try and stay in one style because you feel like that's how you should be doing it. There's no such thing as you should be doing anything. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you productive. What works. If it works, do it. If it doesn't, stop and do something else. I absolutely love sticky kits. I think they're fantastic. I don't think I do my best planning with them. I think that they limit my creativity a little bit, and I can be much more creative when I come out of the box. Literally out of the box. Is it literally or figuratively? Aha, I got it right. I can use words. Would rather talk to someone on the phone than text. That's fair enough, Denise. I just find, like, if I have something to say and I have to say it quick, I'll ring someone. So, like, if I've got to tell Ryan something quickly, I'll just ring him and say, hey, you need to do this, and hang up. Don't even say hi or bye. I just do that. But I think most of the time I'll text. I just find that easier. Can't actually remember. I was only 2 when my first brother passed. Yeah, I can't imagine. I am very, very lucky in most aspects of my life. I have been very lucky in most things that I have not yet been touched, and knocking on wood, by too many big diseases. My granddad had heart disease. My grandma has Alzheimer's. My other granddad had a lot of health problems, but overall my family's been pretty healthy. We've been pretty lucky. So I can't even imagine what it would be like, and I have enough trouble keeping my head straight with my grandma. So yeah, I'm with you, my love. What piece of crafting equipment could you not live without? Yeah. Now, if you're talking crafting equipment or machines, that's two different questions. So crafting equipment is probably scissors or glue tape. Can't live without them.
Does the pen count?
Yeah, depends count, because I have bazillions.
But you need at least one.
Definitely not my washing machine. You know, blender, I don't want my washing machine either. Actually, that's not true. I'll come back to the washing machine story, Belinda. Hold on. What piece of crafting equipment? What's interesting about that is it does change. It goes from one thing to another. Probably 6 months ago, I could have told you that I could live without my DIY cuts with no problem whatsoever, and now I can't. I need my die cutting machine. I have to have it. I'll go a paper trimmer, because I've gone through a bazillion of them to try and find the right one. So yeah, I'm going with paper trimmer. That's my crafting equipment, or my machine. It's not really a machine. If it was a machine, I'd go the DIY cuts, or a die cutting machine of some description. I could live without my Cricut. I don't want to, but I can. I could live without my laminator. I don't want to, but I can. Could live without my Silhouette, because I don't use it. Does my laptop count as a crafting machine? Because I couldn't live without that. There you go. There's one. Belinda, do you want to know three things that I'm looking forward to in the house more than anything else? Number one is my bath, because I've fought really hard to make sure I got a bath. Another Pony House story, have to tell you. I promise I'll wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up at 9:30. Sorry. So we've got 10 minutes, and then I am going to wrap this up, because otherwise I will be here with Denise for 10 hours, which will be just horrible. You know, Caroline, I'll come back to that in a sec too. So when we were putting in the bath, we made, like, I forced Ryan to let me have a big bath. And whenever anyone said, oh, well, you could have this bath, I was like, is it big enough for me to drown in? And I think the people thought that I was really morbid, and I wasn't trying to be morbid. I just want a bath that I can stick my head under the water and feel like I'm going swimming, because I don't have a pool. So I wanted to feel like I was, and it was sort of like, I don't want to drown myself in it, but I want to be able to swim in it as close as I possibly can. So I'm looking forward to my bath. I already have a very, very nice fridge that we bought last year with our wedding money, and it has those like cold water and ice things in it, which we don't have plumbing in. Like, it's not plumbed in here. I'm so looking forward to being in the house, because we have the hose for the fridge, so I can have cold water whenever I want it. I'm so looking forward to that. And we're having a dish drawer. Like, I have wanted a dish drawer since the day they came out, and that's so bloody mumsy of me, but I want one, and they are awesome, and I'm so looking forward to that. So they're three things that are very mumsy that I want in my new house. Thank you, Denise. I'm glad I've talked to you through doing all of your orders. Excellent. I've talked long enough. Dementia is the hardest thing ever, Caroline. I'm not going to get upset. My gran and I, so here's something that no one would know about me. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. I don't know what it was about me that nobody liked, but nobody liked me, which was fine. I was different. I was okay with being different, which being different meant I had no friends. So, but there. So my gran was like my best friend. I told her everything. So we would talk through 2 or 3 times a week, maybe more than that. Sometimes if I was having a bad time, she knew everything. Without being gross, she was the first person I told when I started fooling around with boys, because I knew she wouldn't judge me, and I couldn't tell my mum because she would judge me. So she was the first person I told everything. She was just my best friend. And to go from talking to her 2, 3, 4 times a week and telling her everything to now I don't talk to her because it hurts, is really hard. So yeah, dementia is the hardest thing. The hardest thing probably that's happened to our family, because my gran was the heart and soul, and she's still here, but she's not here, and that sucks. And it's her birthday just after Christmas, and I hate that we don't do stuff for her birthday, because we used to do big things for her birthday. It was the first time Ryan met my entire family. So the first year we were together, this is a crazy off-topic story, but anyway. So the first year we were together, within 6 months we bought a house. This is how much we knew right from the start that we weren't going nowhere. Maybe both of us knew we couldn't do any better, so we just stopped.
I know.
But we
Speak for yourself.
I couldn't do any better, I know that. So we bought a house within 6 months, but Ryan was going on a cruise with his grandparents that he had pre-organised like way before we met. And like over Christmas. So we got the house like on the 12th of December or something. Yeah, we move at this time of year. He got the house, like we got the house, and then he went, and then my grandma turned 90 that year. So he went to, where'd you go? New Zealand.
Yeah.
So he went out to New Zealand and then came back into Brisbane.
No.
Came back into Sydney? Melbourne.
Chris is from Melbourne.
Oh, right, that's right. Sorry. Details. But I'd already flown to Adelaide for my grandma's birthday. So Ryan flew into Adelaide, met my cousins and my dad, who he'd never met before ever. You'd met Dad?
Yeah, for your gran's birthday.
No, before that. That was
No, she came up to Sammy's for her birthday.
Oh, righto.
Your dad drove her there.
That's right. Okay, but you'd met Dad before?
Yeah, so I met your dad.
So he'd met my dad, but he'd never met my cousins, and he ended up in the car. He ended up with in the car with my whole family, and then had to come and spend time with my whole family. And they're a crazy bunch. I love my family, but they're nuts. There's a lot of them, exactly. He comes from a very small family, so to come into mine is just like overload. But yeah, that was sort of like the last time I remember my gran being around, and I hate the fact that she's sort of not the focal point of our family anymore. Like, when we got married in the town that my grandma lived in, as in that I remember her living in, and she was she was the closest relative to where we got married, and she was the only one that couldn't come because bringing her to the wedding would have been too confusing because she wouldn't have understood why she couldn't go home and where her husband was and why we were all, it would have just been too hard, so she couldn't come, which the fact that she was alive but not there is really hard. I'm not crying, nobody heard it. I can't wait to get the dish drawer. I'm very excited by the dish drawer. Thank you for changing the subject. I appreciate it. Why do I always get all emo?
Did Greg say something about this?
What? Yeah, sorry. My boss said the other day, we had our like end of year kind of thing. And he said to us, he's like, something I've noticed about you is that you get distracted really easily. And I'm like, really? I never noticed that. Oh, look, squirrel. Of course I do. I get distracted by the smallest thing. I'm working on it. I'm trying to work on it. It's very hard. It's very hard to stop the distraction because I am a very easily distracted human being. Thank you everybody for your hugs and love. I'm sorry I ended that on such a note, but like I said, it's hanging out with you is just sitting around with a bunch of friends. That's all this is. And I like the videos sometimes where I come in and have absolutely nothing planned and let you guys guide this because it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun for me. It takes a long time, obviously, to get the questions going along. Oh, look, shiny. Exactly, Caroline. Every day. Oh, look. Sometimes it takes some time to get the questions going along, but once they're going, I think this is a lot of fun. I'm going to answer W's last question, and I'm going to ask for any last questions, and I'm going to wrap this up very soon, I promise. After a long day, what's my favourite thing to do to relax?
It'll be a bath soon.
It will be a bath soon, exactly. It'll be a bath soon. That's really hard. There's sort of two answers to that question. It depends how much I've got to do. If I've got to do stuff, like I've got to get stuff planned or crafted or videos done or anything like that, I love coming into my office and sitting down and just like crafting away, whether it's on camera or not. But at the same time, I like going swimming, which I don't, but like I don't ever do it, but there's nothing I love more than diving into the water. It just is my favorite feeling. And I'm one of these really horrible human beings. So you guys have no idea how long I spend straightening my hair once a week, and that's all I do because I can't bother doing it any more than that. It does not matter to me if I straighten my hair 4 minutes beforehand. If there is a pool, I'm getting in it and my head's going under. I don't care. It just, I can never resist putting my head under, and I don't know how many times I've gone to the pool and gone, I'm just going in up to my neck and I'm not going in any further, and I end up with my head under. Can't help it. Yeah, Caroline, I'm dreading the day that has to happen. I'm just dreading the day. I've had Christmases without my mum, but I know she's not far away and I still talk to her, obviously. But I don't like not having a big family thing. Ryan and I did a quiet Christmas one. You didn't we?
Last year.
No, we went to the halls for Christmas, so it wasn't...
I wouldn't say big, but yeah.
It wasn't a big Christmas. We haven't done too big of a Christmas since we've been down here because
we went back to your mum.
We went back to Mum's the first year we were here, and then last year we went to my cousin's house in Geelong, and this year we're going to my dad's place in the southeast. But we haven't done like a big family Christmas since we've been here, and I've basically put my whole family on notice and said you're all coming to me next year, so just get ready because I'm having it down here. So Mel and Caroline, I'm sending you guys the biggest hugs because it just sucks. Last questions. Okay, yep. If anyone else has any other questions other than W's, because I've been answering all of his, which anyway. Or her. Yeah, that's true. Are you? This is a horrible question. Ask W. Are you a boy or a girl? You just need to clarify that for me so I can use the right connotation. What's my favourite childhood memory?
Swimming at that.
Yeah, probably. So. It's not necessarily just swimming. It was just being there. So, oh my God, stop with the emotionals. Oh, hold on, Jet's come to say thank you, W. I figured you were, but I wanted to check. So where my grandma lived, and where we got married, I spent most of my summers there. My sister and I did not get along. We do now. We're okay now. But my little sister and I, we can't be in the same room together for more than like 2 days before we want to murder each other. Thank you. He is gorgeous. I'll get him over in a second. He can say hi. Come back to that one, Caroline. Shush, Ryan. Jet, come here. Come say hi. Hup, 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 hup. Oh, not down the bra, darling. Say hi. Say hi. There you go. We've done that. So yeah, where my grandparents lived at, it's called Point Turton. It's on the York Peninsula in South Australia. It is my favourite place in the entire world. Very, very close, followed by the MCG, but that's my favourite. I spent every summer there because my sister and I couldn't spend time together, so my mum would ship me off to my grandma's house, and I was in my element. Where it was a small country town where there was probably only 100 people there. I did swimming lessons, I snorkeled, I used to take like this big encyclopedia. The dog is definitely straight, W. Well done. I'd take like this big encyclopedia of like ocean animals and I'd try and tick them off because I just loved it. That just every summer with my grandparents was just the best summer. It was just so good. Favourite Christmas song? Oh, that's just Jet knocking the camera. Favourite Christmas song? I have two. I can never have one of anything. I love Jingle Bells because it just makes me happy. But Away in a Manger is my favourite. It's the sweetest one. I love it. The first air show and seeing Janet. I'm guessing that's Janet Jackson. Yeah, I can. That would be very, very cool. I don't even have like my favourite band ever that was just I got so happy seeing. I don't think I've got that. Yeah, but I never saw Hanson. I still haven't seen Hanson. It's ridiculous. I've had opportunities to go and see Hanson and I still haven't done it. Yeah, but nobody knows who Kiss Chase are and they're not mad.
That doesn't mean
Super.
that you
they're
your band.
But they're different. Like Kiss Chasey was not a little Melbourne band, but a little Australian band that was big sort of early 2000s, I guess. And I love them, but it was also they were only small, so it wasn't like they were these, like, it wasn't like the Backstreet Boys or anyone that was so super crazy that you just couldn't go. It was like, if I wanted to go see Kiss Chasey, I just went and saw them. It wasn't hard. Exactly, Belinda, the MCG is Mecca, and I am still waiting for the day. It will happen eventually, I swear, that Ryan takes me to the Boxing Day test on Boxing Day. I've actually ever, this is ridiculous, I've never been to a day of test cricket before, and I want to do it more than anything. Not anything, but a lot. I want to do it a lot. Little Drummer Boy is a very good one as well. It was great hanging out with you too. W, thank you so much for coming and being a part. Thank you for asking all your awesome questions. It's been fantastic. Seeing Elton John live was that recently, Mel, because if it was, that would be awesome too. There's so many people I would love to see live that you don't think about it until you sort of go, oh, that would have been really good to see live. Oh, sorry, I need more water. Bye, W. Exactly, Belinda, have to do Boxing Day. Like, I'm really annoyed, it's not the right word, but I'm disappointed that I can't go to any of the Big Bash games. They just don't fall on the right days at the right time in the right places. So I don't think we're going to get to a Big Bash game this year, which is really disappointing because I loved going to the Big Bash last year. Did we go to 2 games or just 1 last year? I know we went to 1. I know we went to see the Renegades and the Strikers, but I don't remember. I don't remember another one, but I think we did. Maybe that was the year before.
I don't remember going to Brisbane.
Yeah, we went in Brisbane. Went and saw the Boxing Day test last week. I just want to go. It would just be awesome. Doing recent seeing Plastique and Evie. Yeah, awesome. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. Like I said, I'm going to put the post up, but from what you guys were saying, you'd really enjoy the live tomorrow night. So I'll put it on Instagram and on Facebook. Pardon me again. What time? Oh, hiccups. That's going to be. So if you do want to come and join in while I give you a house tour, hopefully Denise will come along and be my live studio audience. Ryan can come around and go, ooh, ah. It'll also be the first time we're taking Jet to the house. He hasn't been in there yet either, so it's going to be very exciting. So if you want to come and hang out with me tomorrow night, you can. Hopefully you haven't had enough of me already. Thank you so much for making tonight really awesome. I was a little sleepy and a little at the start, and you guys pepped me up, so thank you very, very much, even though I got a bit sad at the end. These are going to continue in 2020. I will be doing them in some way, shape or form. I haven't worked out the schedule yet. I don't know if we're going to move nights. We'll discuss that and I will let you know. More than likely it'll stay where it is because it works on a Wednesday. It works with all the stuff we do. But yeah, maybe we move it and put it later in the month or earlier in the month, or I don't know. We'll work something out. But I really do love being live with you guys. I'm sure we can, maybe we come up with like a theme for every monthly live and we do something in all of them. I don't know. We'll have this discussion. Other than that, guys, I hope you have the best day. If you want to see me live again before tomorrow night, because God forbid you should have to wait more than 24 hours to see me, I've got my lives happening every day with the reveals of the advent calendar. Tomorrow's a good one. I know what tomorrow is. So if you want to come and hang out and say happy birthday in the morning. Yeah, like I said, please don't make a big deal out of my birthday. I make a big deal, but no one else has to. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. If I don't see you before then, have a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'll see you in one way, shape or form. That doesn't make sense. You get what I mean? I'm sure I'll see you, but have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you for all of your support in 2019. Crap, I don't even know what year it is. 2019, and here's to an absolutely fantastic 2020. Sending you guys the biggest huggles ever. Thank you so much for tonight. Mwah! I'll see you soon. Bye.